Ladies and gentlemen, up next, this bout will be 3 5-minute rounds professional lightweight mixed martial arts action presented to you by our friends at Chapman's AC and Heating. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is Nakia, the Great Brown.
This is an interesting matchup right here. Nakia Brown versus Elliot Be Good Hebert.
Nakia walking to the cage with his daughter on Father's Day.
A lot of mutual respect from both of these guys on social media before the fight. Both realized that their dad, they're chasing dreams. They're both entrepreneurs. It's one of those fights where you know, it's unfortunate that one of them has to go home without a win.
Great production by Clear Life Media. Big props to Pete's and Taproom for bringing us this free live feed on YouTube and Facebook.
Go see our friend Armando at Pete's. Grab you a burger, grab you some wings. Beer's ice cold.
Pete's is for real. Nakia Brown. Nakia's got over 26 amateur fights and 5 and 3 as a pro right now. The guy is a veteran.
He's got a tall task in front of him, though, with Elliot Be Good Hebert. Elliot's explosiveness, his showmanship, his athleticism has made him a fan favorite down here in Louisiana. And we'll see if Nakia Brown can come into the enemy territory and knock out the hometown hero. Big shout out to my man, Big Lou, taking in these fights via YouTube, all the way from Italy. My man, Big Phil, with him, hanging in there. Thank you guys for the support. Hey, it's good to see you, but it's even better to be seen. You heard me?
And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, he is Elliot Be Good Hebert.
Elliot Hebert comes out.
The most exciting entrances in the game, Elliot Hebert. You never know if you're gonna get a cartwheel, you're gonna get a backflip.
This venue is packed. Elliot Hebert comes to us from Turlings High School, played a little bit of college football, wrestled in high school, wrestled with his 3 brothers. His dad was the coach. Got into MMA kind of late, but man, exploded onto the scene. Training with Matt Copley and the guys at War MMA in Houston. Jeremy Mahone, great camp. Elliot's a talent.
I know he is. I know he's known for his power.
Also Elliot's a dad. 2 kids at home.
He's known for his power in that right hand, but I can attest, I wrestled for his dad and with his older brothers in high school. And this kid came up, I mean, he came out the birth canal with the singlet on.
Nice, yeah. Look, Nakia Brown wrestled in Baton Rouge. Let's toss this off to our commentator, Bryce.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next bout here this evening in RFC 2 will be presented to you by our friends at Chapman's AC and Heating. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout set for 3 5-minute rounds, professional lightweight mixed martial arts action. When this bout begins, the man in charge, Mr. Basil Bam Bam Maju. Introducing first, fighting out of the Mendoza Ford blue corner. This man is a wrestler and a boxer representing T-Web MMA. Standing at 6'1", weighing in at 156 pounds. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he is Nakia, the Great Brown. His opponent across the cage and fighting out of the Don's Wholesale red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter representing the Shed. Standing at 5'9", weighing in at 155 pounds. From Scott, Louisiana, he is Elliot Beacon Hebert.
All right, we have a banger here, dude. Elliot Hebert going to come out throwing absolute war hammers.
Nakia Brown, I've watched him in the gym recently. He is ready.
It's
Fights at 155. Elliot Hebert throws a hurricane kick.
It's really interesting to watch the evolution of Elliot, too. Somebody that came out fast and was looking to finish fights quick, looking a little bit more patient in there early on.
Yeah, his corner is trying to reel him in a little bit.
Up and down, too. Up and down as well. Yes, sir.
Let's see what Nakia's got for him here. Maybe use some of that reach to kind of keep Elliot's power away from
I think
him.
both guys are kind of feeling each other out. It looks like Elliot wants to explode at some point, though.
Hips in, hips in.
Nakia is much harder to take down than people think, but Elliot gets him on his back quick and early. Elliot drives to the mount.
Settle. He's got the underhook on that arm.
And he is.
Top over everything.
Nakia looking to get to a leg lock position.
Clear your knee line.
Oh, he's in on the heel
Nakia Brown with a heel hook.
Now hit him in the head. Step back over again.
Big scramble here. Dangerous scramble for Elliot.
Step your left leg over.
Nakia's got him in a heel hook, but Elliot Hebert's rolling with it. Gets on top in half guard. Working that forearm.
Beautiful. Now settle in.
He moves so seamlessly on top. This is
Nakia's
not a good
looking to
spot.
offset him, but he's in a reverse half guard. This is a tough position in MMA.
Lots of time.
Elliot
Mount
gets the
for
mount.
Elliot.
Ouch.
Keep his head on the
Up
wall.
against the fence, too.
Keep his head on that cage so he can't wall walk.
On the ground so far, Elliot just looks like a step or two ahead of Nakia.
He's trying to go back.
But Nakia with the nice escape from the mount. Rolls up into a single.
Elliot with a good
Elliot in
guillotine.
a dirty guillotine early.
Oh, he's in there.
Yeah, Nakia's defending the grips. Rolling with it, defending the grip. Not letting Elliot get his hips close. Elliot loses it.
And he's back on it. He's hunting hard for it.
Throw some punches in there.
Elliot's hips are riding heavy on Nakia's hips and giving him no space. This is going to exhaust Nakia, but he's got him in the Dagestani handcuffs with the right hand, and he's blasting him with the left.
And he's just setting up a head and arm choke
Head
here.
and arm choke for Elliot, but he's trapped against the cage. Didn't have very far anywhere really to go, but he may be able to pressure the choke.
You don't have to dismount. You can do it from the mount. Do it from the mount. There we go.
Nakia
Oh,
defends,
big elbow on
and big
top.
elbow from Elliot.
Oh, big elbows.
Elliot throwing monster
Big
elbow.
elbow finish.
Elliot Hebert wins with monster elbows
Impressive
on Nakia ground. Impressive performance for Elliot Hebert. Wow. Wow. Against a game opponent.
That was not an easy win for sure. Elliot comes out on top. Beautiful wrestling to get the fight to the ground. We'll take a look. Take a look at this finish here. We got Elliot after the celebration. Hey, look, he was able to maintain his position on top. Throw a big elbow that landed, kind of softened him up, kind of got Nakia to turn over, and then he was just able to finish from there. Another impressive performance by one of our guys from the Shed. Hey, look, when you come to RFC, you better come ready to fight. And we'll go ahead. Fighters are coming to the center of the octagon. Nakia is still being looked at by our doctors. He took some big elbows there. Glad to see he's sitting up and he's feeling okay. about as well as he can feel after taking those elbows. But hey, great win for Elliot. Another good step forward for him in his career. Can't wait to see what's next. We'll go ahead, kick it to Bryce Boudreaux in a few seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, official Basil Manshu calling a stoppage to the action. 2 minutes, 44 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by TKO due to strikes. Fighting out of the red corner, Elliot "Be Good" Hebert.
Exemplary performance tonight against a gamer with over 30 fights. You look brilliant out there. What do you got to say for yourself?
Guys, I really want to thank the guys over at War Training Center, Tomball, Texas. I've been making some serious sacrifices. Going out there every 2 weeks, I made a promise to myself that I was going to level up, get in a room with a bunch of sharks, learn how to swim. And I did that over at Gladiators as well. Thank you to Tim for opening your doors to me and making me part of this community. I want to tell everybody out there, if you need help with anything, if you're struggling with addiction, there is a way out. I know nobody likes to hear that word, but it's a real fucking thing that people need to worry about. And if you need help, come find me. We're gonna help you. Shout out to my dad, Hank Hebert. Hank Hebert is the real truth, the real general around here. He's been working me on the mat since I was 4 years old, and I would not be here if it wasn't for him.
Amazing performance today against a top-tier competitor, and you dominated from bell to bell. What can we look forward to from Elliot Hebert this next year?
Yeah, thank you, Nakia, for taking the fight. He's a fucking game, tough guy. I knew he was a contender. They got a lot of eyes on him. That's why I wanted to fight. Next, I want July 18th. Any lightweights fall off that card, I'm coming.
I'll make the call. Elliot Hebert, ladies and gentlemen.